Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Bad Times Good Stories podcast. My name is Joe Flanders, and welcome to my podcast, where each week I talk with a guest about awkward, embarrassing, or downright bad times from their life that they're able to laugh about. This week on the show is an amazing comedian who's definitely on the rise. It was great to talk to him, Malcolm Hatchett. I'd never met him before our conversation. I'd reached out to him on Instagram. I had seen him, or I had heard him multiple times on the show Kill Tony that is recorded at the Comedy Store. If you're not familiar with Kill Tony, it is basically, think American Idol or even Last Comic Standing, but with no filter. You get 1 minute of stage time, 3 judges, usually a couple are celebrity comedians, and Malcolm went on once, and now he's a regular. He's on every week. Malcolm's story is pretty inspiring. He moved out here from Winston-Salem with next to nothing. He took a Greyhound bus out here, was homeless for a minute, then was able to get enough money to buy a hoopty, and he slept in his car until recently. He was headlining shows and then sleeping in his car. And if that's not commitment to what he wanted to do, which is comedy, then I don't know what is. But even before he moved here, when he was back in North Carolina, he had plenty of signs that told him that he needed to get out of town. He was selling drugs and had a gun pulled on him, and really just a remarkable story of what he went through to get out here. And now it's been less than a year, and he's headlining clubs, and he's signed by a great agency, and he's doing great things. He's just really funny, and I appreciated him coming over to tell his story. If you like today's episode, check out badtimesgoodstoriespod.com, where you can listen to past episodes. There's over 50 of them. You can also check out merch, and there's a link to my Patreon page, so you can support the show and support me. The show is always free to listen to, but it's not free to make, so any patronage that you could throw my way would be greatly appreciated. If you have a bad time that you think makes a great story, email it to me at badtimesgoodstoriespodcast@gmail.com. And now, without further ado, here's my conversation with Malcolm Hatchett. So, did you grow up in Winston?
Yeah, I was born
and
there.
raised? Mm-hmm. Right on. Yeah, I went to School of the Arts.
Damn, everybody. Wait, you know Caitlin?
Caitlin.
She works at the Laugh Factory.
I think I do.
Yeah, I got a couple friends who went to the school.
That's awesome. Yeah, I was there from 2006 to 2010.
Oh, tight.
Yeah. Do you like going back to Winston?
I haven't been back in almost a year. So when I go back, I might not come back to California. Yeah, man, I miss it, man. I get homesick a lot.
Yeah. I because my mom grew up in Charlotte, and so I got a bunch of family there still. And there's something about North Carolina. I miss it so much.
Yeah,
I love
same.
it.
Hometown.
There's just something, I don't know, like, and I'd be curious your perspective, but to me, North Carolina is kind of, it's kind of the best of the North and South, I feel like. Like, it's not Alabama.
Yes, that's
but
true.
You get the Southern food and the comfort and the hospitality.
It's real, like, lazy there.
Yeah.
It's like when people go to retire.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. I like it. It's comfortable. Even though it could be dangerous at times, but I like it.
Right.
I like Cookout.
Oh, I miss Cookout so much.
I don't like In-N-Out as much.
Yeah, I know. When I moved here, I was like, oh, In-N-Out's the best. And I'm like, you guys don't know what you're talking about.
They don't know.
The Cookout tray, $5?
Yes, sir.
It's that, like a burger, 2 sides, and a shake?
Yep. I'm getting that as soon as I go home.
What's your go-to order there?
I get the double burger tray with just ketchup, mustard, and cheese. I get cheese fries, and I get a Cajun wrap with buffalo sauce.
Yes.
And I get a lemonade.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because most of the time I get a free Oreo shake.
Oh, yeah? How do you get it free?
I go so much, I know everybody. Plus, it's on the north side. It's like the one near Conaway Forest.
Yeah.
I know the whole staff, so I pull up. As soon as I say, what up, they know it's me. And they pull up, and they give me a free shake most of the time.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. I miss that.
Yeah, I definitely want to move back there eventually.
Yeah, that's my dream.
Carolina.
Get a nice house there.
Yeah. I
And-
want to do well enough out here that I
Yeah.
can then go there and people don't forget about me.
Yep.
And then I can come here when I need to.
You know the neighborhood Buena Vista?
Yeah, where is that?
By Reynolds.
Oh,
Kinda
okay.
downtown. It's like the
Yeah.
real like fancy neighborhood. That's the one I want a house at one day. It's like real nice.
Yeah, that's why I don't know it that well because it's the really nice area.
It's so
Yeah.
nice. The only reason I know because that's where the black kids go trick or treating at. They got the best candy.
You get like the full size candy bars.
Yup.
Yeah,
and the
that was
receipt.
That was always the dream to get the full. You scout it out and get
Yep.
like the full Snickers or the full Crunch or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So it took you what 15 minutes to find parking?
Yeah, like 15 minutes.
Okay.
But I was on my phone most of the time.
Oh, okay. Word.
Then when you said to go to the grocery store, I found a spot before I can even. I was headed that way and I found a spot.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's kind of on 4th. It ain't that far.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's funny how sometimes people take it as a personal attack on them
Mm-hmm.
if they have to drive around looking for parking. I don't know if you've experienced that in LA yet. What's your housing situation? You got something yet? Are you still in the car?
Man, I actually stayed with a friend,
Okay.
but I'm still in the car.
Okay.
Like, cause it's hot and stuff. At this point, I can probably stay with like anybody out here. But I have a friend and she's real nice. She takes care of me like to the utmost. She cooks spaghetti for me and stuff. She's a comic. She's real good. So it's like she doesn't have to help, but I like reached out to her because I seen she had like she's so good. So I was like, yo, I can help you out. And then she just let me stay. But I can literally stay with like any comic. It just I don't care.
Right.
Because I feel like if it's meant to have a place, I have it eventually. At this point, I'm just trying to get funny.
Right.
Funnier. Yeah.
Funnier. Yeah, I was gonna say you're already pretty damn funny.
Or better. But
yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. The LA comedy scene, I think, is pretty. I mean, for a bunch of bitter people, I think it's a very welcoming community.
Yeah, yeah.
Has it been that way for you?
Yeah, it's been that way. Yeah, man. Everyone's nice. It's a few people who don't want to see you shine out here. That's everywhere. But the more you shine, they eventually get over and be like, hey, man, I'm proud of you.
Right.
So I kind of got that. But yeah, man, everybody's nice, man. Even people like above me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yo, that's what keeps me going. When people above me like reach out, that's tight.
Yeah, it's funny how an absent-minded comment, or not absent-minded, but just like a casual in-passing comment from somebody you respect.
Yeah.
That says like, hey, keep doing what you're doing.
Like Joe Rogan.
Yeah, he said that to you? That's right.
I talked to him for like 15 minutes after the 5th year anniversary for Kill Tony in the green room.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, dude, you're already funny. You comfortable coming out on the stage. You already got it. He's like, you're going to go far. You just have to worry about writing lots of material. He's like, dude, I can tell you right. How much time you got? I was like an hour. He said, you should have an hour and 30. He said, you got to have stuff stored for the winter. He was like, dude, you got the hardest part down, and that's getting on the stage. I was like, yo. And then Jeff Garland.
Yeah.
I performed the other day. He was one of the hosts. And I got off the stage and went to the back. And he was like, yo, bring Malcolm back out here. I went back out there. He shook my hand. He was like, so I can tell people that I shook your hand.
Wow.
When you was like at your low point.
Right.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And he put me on one of his shows coming up soon. Yeah, that was stuff like that makes me want to go even harder.
Right.
And people reaching out, Australia, just people DMing me.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a cool feeling. Like, as big as the world is, it's also very small, like with
Yeah.
social media and everything. And you go like,
Yeah.
wow, people are, like people listen to this podcast in Australia and Sweden. And, you see that and it's, it's cool.
I try to DM everyone back. It's tough, but I try. But I know eventually I won't be able to.
Right.
But at this point, it's cool.
Yeah, you do what you
They're
can.
like, yo, you messaged me back. They screenshot it and stuff. I'm like, all right, cool.
So you just mentioned Jeff Garland, shaking your hand at your low point, but within the comedy realm.
Yeah.
But do you, when you think low points, in your life, does anything pop into your head? Like when you were at a low point in your life?
Oh, heck yeah. Hey, man, it was crazy. When I first moved to LA was August 30th. I was working a job back home. It was called Johnson Controls. It was a job that I wanted for the longest because you can work in there, you can get your own crib in no time. It was like a job to work if you had a family or if you didn't have like a dream to fulfill.
Yeah.
So I finally got the job and I was excited. I was making all this money, but then the comedy club closed down where I was from. And then I was real miserable. I was selling drugs at the time. I had just got robbed. Yeah. I was selling weed, coke, little coke, but a lot of weed.
Yeah, a lot of weed.
And I had got robbed at one point. And I got in the car with the guys. I knew him. I didn't know the guy with his face covered up. It was kind of cold. So I was like, all right, this is normal.
Yeah.
And I knew who he was after the fact, but I had weed. I gave him the weed, and I was waiting for the money, just being me telling jokes. And the dude was like touching his sock. He was fidgeting, and I got an attitude. I was like, "Yo, what you doing? You tripping?" And the dude put a gun on my head, and I looked. I got material about it. I looked at him, and I told him to kill me. Yeah, they stopped laughing. They looked at each other, got the car, and started running. And then later on that night, my buddies had shot up the house.
Wow.
Yeah, without me. I told them what had happened.
Yeah.
But nothing happened. Nobody died or anything. But
That's
that was
good.
And that was around the same time the comedy club had closed down.
This was in North Carolina?
Yeah, North Carolina.
Okay,
This was like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
The comedy club had closed down. I had got robbed because I was saving money. Only reason I didn't sell drugs to fit in or anything. I bought sneakers, but I was saving to move to LA.
Right.
So I had lost money, and I was like, man, that sucked. Comedy club closed down. And literally 2 months later, that dude killed somebody in the same situation. So that was a sign that I had to get out.
Yeah.
And then I come out to California with I had no money. I spent like I spent like almost $300 for 2 weeks in a hostel in Koreatown.
Yeah. And
I got a Greyhound ticket because my mom, she had got me a car, cosign.
Yeah.
And she didn't want me to drive it because she didn't think I'd get a job right away. So I was like, all right. She pretty much wanted me to stay home until it was paid off. So I got a Greyhound ticket. And I hopped on the Greyhound. It took me 3 days. So those 3 days, I was just like, yo, I can't wait to get to LA.
Right.
I was excited, eating a lot of candy because that's my addiction.
Yeah.
I was hyped. Like, I didn't sleep for 3 days. I was excited.
Yeah, you're just up.
Then I got to downtown, and I Ubered to the hostel, 4 a.m. And then next, 2 weeks had went by, and I was getting kicked out of the hostel. It went by so fast. I hid in the closet the last day. A girl from Boston had moved in, and she threw her luggage on me in the closet. And I was like, yo, what's somebody in here? Yeah, and she was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, don't tell nobody. I'm a comic. I'm supposed to have been out. And this fat guy was crushing on her. He followed her upstairs, and he seen me in the closet, so he told on me.
Oh.
And I got thrown out. So I was on the porch. I was walking downtown LA for like just a few hours.
Yeah.
Then I went back to the porch. She come out. We chatted, and one of my friends, Dante, he was living in Burbank in some apartments.
Yeah.
So he had come pick me up, and we moved in. I moved in with him,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew it wasn't gonna last because it's 2 black dudes living in a nice apartment in Burbank with a white boy. So we finna get evicted. Somebody finna be late on rent. And 3 weeks go by, and they was like, "Yo, we got to get out of here." So a friend of mine back home sent me $1,500 to purchase a hoopty, an older car.
Yeah.
I got the car, and I started sleeping in it.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because at one point the car had broken down. I was sleeping at the gym. The car had broken down. I was in the car for a week. I went 2 days without eating. My phone was off. One of my friends from Catalina had sent me money to pay my phone bill.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool. And I ended up paying her back. And my starter had broken down. And one of the guys from Flappers, his name's Richard. He hit me up and he was like, yo, where you been at? I haven't seen you on the scene. I was like, man, I'm in the low point now. My car's broken down. So he pulled up. He brought me in and out. First time trying in and out. It was good because I was hella homeless.
Yeah.
But it's nasty now because I'm doing better. He gave me $100. He gave me food. He come back the next day with a brand new starter. $150. He bought a brand new starter. We put it on in the parking lot. That's my first time ever working on a car. We put it on in the parking lot. When security guards come over, he's like, hey, you can't do this. If I call the cops, it's like a $1,500 fine. I was like, he heard my whine. I was like, look, he heard my cry. I was like, look, man, I'm a comic from North Carolina. I'm homeless, as you can see. This car been here for like a week. I'm trying to fix it so I can go to Hollywood to get back on the stage. And from that point, he looked at me in my eye, I was like, I respect you. I give you 2 hours to get out of here. If not, I'm gonna have to call because somebody complained.
Right.
We got it done in like an hour.
Yeah.
I went to a whole nother gym to take a shower because I don't want to be there no more.
Right.
And that whole week in my car, it was cold. I had no money. I didn't want to call my mom because she was like, I told you so. I didn't want to beg for. I didn't want to hit nobody up. And just I was gonna call my mom at one point and be like, look, could you give me a Greyhound ticket? I want to come home. I was gonna go home and I was gonna just move to Atlanta.
Yeah.
But in my head, I was like, I gotta do this. This is a sign. So I was like, I'm gonna just stick with it because I could have got killed back home, or I could have been in jail if I would have still been selling drugs. So I made the right move. But at the same time, I was like, all right, it's not gonna be easy.
Right.
So when I get out of the situation, it's gonna be cool. So I got out of the situation. Literally a month later, killed Tony.
Yeah.
And then a month after that, I got signed with CAA.
Was that off of Kill Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah.
CAA coming to one Kill Tony. They see me do 1 minute. It was my third time. It was probably one of my best. So they see me. Then it was like, they come outside after the show. And it was crazy. I thought they was Illuminati. I didn't know who they were.
Right.
I was like, why y'all standing looking at me, man? I'm homeless. I don't have nothing. And they was like, dude, you were funny. Could we get your number? I was like, who y'all? And they was like, CIA, First Artist Management. And I was like, all right, cool. And then they put me on like a few weeks worth of shows.
Yeah.
And it was this one big show I got put on, and they signed me and got me a pair of sneakers.
Wow.
And it was amazing. I was like, I'm glad that car broke down.
Right.
Because without that, I mean, I probably would have still been going hard, but that when I was in that sunken place, just like, dang, okay, I could have been killed or I could have still been home. I was like, all right, this is better than being at home, even though I'm not in the bed, but I'm in paradise. I'm near the mics. So this situation is a joke. Every time I go through bad things, I make it hilarious or try to.
Yeah.
And I have to make that a joke. Been in the car for a week. It was crazy, man. Being in the car for a week.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Homeless, man. I was crying. It was cold. That's the reason why I have a Chucky dog. You know Chucky?
Mm-hmm.
I keep the dog because Chucky's like sad and stuff. And his mom died. And I guess nobody really gets him. So I bought the Chucky dog because I thought it was cool. Plus one day I want to have a Chucky chain.
Yeah.
Because I always wanted to be a rapper. So
Yeah.
rappers have like cartoon chains. So I want a Chucky
Right.
chain.
Yeah.
And Chucky's like cool. So I was like, I'll just get the Chucky dog.
Yeah.
But once the car cranked up, man, and I got out of there.
Wow.
Yeah, but I almost gave up. I was close. I almost gave up.
Well, yeah. I mean, I had something like that happen to me where I moved out here and then I got a job working at Rough House Pictures, which is Danny McBride's production company. And those guys, they all went to the same college as I did. It's the guys that did Pineapple Express and Eastbound and Down and Vice Principals, that HBO show. And I got a job working for them as an intern. And it's actually kind of crazy. I went to a screening of Eastbound and Down season 2 or something, and I thought maybe they would recognize me because they brought Pineapple Express before it came out, like to campus. So we watched it. And then we had like a house party that they showed up at. And McBride's in our Christmas card holding a duck hunt gun. And anyway, it was a fun night. It was like our Almost Famous night where we're like hosting these people. And so I thought maybe they'd recognize me from that. But what they actually recognized me from is, and this is kind of crazy, but when I was 20, I made a feature in Myrtle Beach. I made a directed a
Myrtle
movie.
Beach. I love that place.
Yeah, it's trashy, classy.
Yeah, yes,
and we wanted to make a movie called Beach Week. Because you're from the East Coast.
Yeah, that's what we call it after we graduate high school. Yeah,
exactly.
I went 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Man.
You went 3 years in a row?
I went when I graduated 2013. And then 2014, a lot of my cousins, and then my brother graduated 2015, so I drove. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
2015, I was like the daddy out there. I said, girl, put your clothes on. What are you doing out here? You ain't finna get no dick. Put your clothes on. I know your mama.
Did you get into some times during your beach week?
Well, 2013, it was a girl that had dated in high school. And 2013. And then 2014, it was another girl who ended up liking me, and she had graduated a year. And then 2015, that's actually the year that I had fell in love with somebody, but we recently broke up. Yeah, and I went out there. She graduated with my brother, but we ain't together no more. But it was tight. Well, I moved out here.
Oh, is that where you were together before?
Yeah, it was
moved out?
together, and I moved out here, and just I ain't going. I got to chase this dream. You know?
Yeah, was that hard?
It was hard, but at the same time, not really, because I be sad, but it's always a joke into it. Right. So if I can make it funny, then I'll get out of it.
Yeah, that's my whole life is just taking all of the awkward and uncomfortable moments I've had and just making fun of myself and video, movies and everything out of it.
Yeah, like years from now, I have an old school car, and I take a picture and then have an empty seat beside with Chucky in it, and I'll post on Instagram like, this could have been you. But Chucky stayed down, or something like that.
Did you try and get her to come with, or was that?
She actually come. She come out here in December. She slept in the car.
Oh wow!
And then she come out here again in January, February, and slept. Then we just broke up. Because she has another year of college.
Oh, okay.
Salem State.
Okay. Oh, right on. Yeah.
Well, it's all good. You can't cry.
Nah. Yeah. And you guys are cool.
Yeah, we cool. I don't really talk to her. I don't talk to her anymore. Yeah. But
no, I understand.
I didn't block her. She didn't block me.
Right. Yeah.
You know, once you block somebody, it's over.
It's over. Yeah. You can't unblock. Yeah. I mean, you can, but that's a weak move.
Yeah.
You know?
I ain't got time.
No. Yeah. You got too much to do. So anyway, so we made this movie called Beach Week, and
that's tight.
You can watch. It's on YouTube. I cut it up into a web series.
All right.
I was
That's cool
20 and
because
I was
Murder Beach. That's
yeah,
tight.
exactly.
I gotta see that.
Oh
That's
yeah,
nice.
you'll see a lot of
Cherry Grove.
sites
Y'all was in Cherry Grove.
Yeah, we were down. Where the we shot it? We shot outside that amusement park that's there.
Oh yeah, I know what it is. Well, I've been there
Where did
before.
we shoot? Yeah, it was nuts. Anyway, there was a scene where, because I acted in it too. So there's a scene where I was getting a blowjob under a pier, and of course I wasn't actually getting one.
Oh,
you know, yeah, because that'd be.
He perpetrating.
Yeah, I know. It's like that's a very different movie. Yeah, I just wrote myself a blowjob scene. Yeah, it's vital to the story.
That's fun.
So we're shooting it on like a Tuesday night at midnight, and we're running the gun, and we don't have any permits or anything.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like me and
true,
like
true.
8 friends from School of the Arts, and so we're doing this scene, and the character who's performing on me in the movie, she's deaf.
Oh,
And so the joke was a cop shows up, but her back is to the cop, so she doesn't hear him saying, stop, stop, stop. And so I'm pleading with the cop while she's going to town, like, just please, just give me like 5 more minutes. And then,
Yes,
so that's the movie. So we did 2 takes, and then in real life, after the second take, the owner of the bar the guy who owned the bar on the pier above us, we were down below, he comes down, like, Myrtle Beach redneck, like, y'all are shooting a porno, dude. And all these other rednecks like circle around us, and they're like drunk, and I'm like pulling up my pants. I had my boxers on, but I'm like pulling up my pants, like, no, sir, this was a legitimate operation, and so my thought was like, well, we're the sober professional ones here, because they're like, we're calling the cops, and
so you thought it was real?
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, and so they called the cops, and we should have just run, but I was like, well, we didn't do anything wrong, like there wasn't any nudity or anything. So the cops show up, and at first it was like a bike cop, and then he called his superiors, and then it was like the stereotypical like Southern sheriff who was like, well, let me see the footage. So we showed it to him, and we shot it in the way where it's supposed to look convincing, but there's also so he watched it, which we should have just deleted the footage.
Yeah.
But again, I was giving these people too much credit, So he watched the clip, he like spit a wad of chewing tobacco out, and was just like, book 'em, boys. And so they arrested all of us. Yeah, they put us in the paddy wagon. And I felt so bad for the girl because it was all guys.
She got
one
arrested
girl.
too?
Yeah.
Damn.
And
she owe you head. She should have gave you head. At that point, she owe you head.
If that happened, I'd be lucky if she didn't bite it off.
Damn.
She was pissed. And I mean, we were all angry.
Man.
But it didn't seem real. Because, like, it was just like, well, we didn't do a real thing.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't hurt anybody.
Y'all should have ran.
I know. We totally should
I would have been the only one free.
I know. Yeah, you would have been. You would have been. Yeah, we were just stupid. And so we spent the night in jail, and we woke up the next morning, and it didn't feel real until they put us in shackles to take us from the jailhouse to the courthouse, which was in the same building.
Ah, man.
Like, we went like 50 yards.
I wish I would have got that on film.
Right? Exactly.
That would have been a movie for real.
Yeah.
It would have got picked up.
I know. Like, the story behind the movie is actually... Anyway, so then... it definitely was real then, and even more real when the judge put like a $10,000 bail bond on each of us. So we had to pay $1,000 to get out. They confiscated all of our equipment. We kept shooting with a backup camera we had. Got the fuck out of Dodge. Left Myrtle, and then like finished the movie in North Carolina.
Damn.
But this happened around July 4th, and so there's a website called The Smoking Gun. I don't know if you know it.
Nah,
it's all about like obscure arrests and stuff.
Damn.
And so they picked up the story, and the headline was blown out of proportion. And I was like, oh, that's actually pretty funny. And then Fox News picked up the story. And so it was debated on Kelly's Court was the program where 2 unqualified people like do the mock prosecution and defense of idiot things, I guess.
Damn.
So anyway, my mugshot was on national television. And my mom was like at the gym on the treadmill and nearly fell off, like,
that's funny.
And so all of that to say,
You made it.
yeah, so I'm at this thing, watching Eastbound and Down. I'm talking to them, and I'm like, oh, maybe they'll recognize me from the party. And then they're like, oh, dude, we got your mugshot on our computer. Because the School of the Arts alumni network is pretty tight-knit, so I guess it kind of went through the grapevine. And so, thankfully, like, I'm in the one industry where getting arrested actually got me a job.
Yeah.
Dang,
that's
which
tight.
is nuts. So I still feel bad about the girl because it's just, I mean, it was like everyone was shouting slut at her and all this awful stuff. And, I mean, it's, anyway. But, so I got this dream job. I'm working there. I'm interning. I got a writer's assistant job on Eastbound and Down. And then I just had no work ethic. Like in my life, I was 21 or something. And I just been able to skate by as like the goofy kid who like the teacher would be like, "We better turn that in." And I'm like, "Oh, you know." And I just had no work ethic. And so they fired me. Like, and from my opinion, it was out of the blue at the moment. And then I flew home to Ohio and licked my wounds and kind of had the same thoughts that you were having, where it was just like, all right, maybe I'll live in Columbus and get a job at the grocery store and save up and shoot a movie or something. And then my aunt actually was like, "That's a terrible idea. Go back out there." And then I did. And, you know, I mean, it's still a fucking grind. But
that's crazy.
Made a web series and did all this other stuff. Made another couple movies. And, you know, you just got to like, you're not going to achieve a dream, I don't think, unless you're put in those situations where you have to like actively choose.
True.
I'm going to stick with it.
Yeah, you got to stick with it.
Because if it all happens too easy, then I don't know. I feel like you haven't earned it.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I say all the time. You struggle. And everybody got different struggles.
Right.
Because I got a lot of friends. They got like nice places and stuff. And they be like, "Man, Malcolm, I want to struggle, man. You seem like the more you struggle, the more success you get." I was like, "Yeah, but everyone struggle differently."
Right.
Like, you know, some people shit and don't have toilet tissue. That's a struggle.
Yes.
You figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Use your hand.
I'm curious about that moment, though, that you got the gun pointed at you.
Yeah.
Is that the only time that's happened?
Yeah, that was the only time it happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a gun pointed. And I got out in time. I sold drugs for like a year.
Okay.
So, yeah, just in time. But, yeah, man, it was crazy. I met up with him. It was crazy because I had a gun. I got out the car with my gun, but it was a white lady outside with a dog. It was in the back of these apartment complexes with no cameras.
Yeah.
So in my mind, every time bad things happen to me, I tell myself, I got to get to LA every time.
Yeah.
And this was before I had thought. I wanted to move my first time doing comedy.
Yeah.
So at this point, I was serious about it because I was selling drugs. So I put the gun back in my car. So I was like, yeah, because I would have killed him. I know I would have. So I got in the car with him and it was normal, and then put the gun up on me, and they took off running. It was crazy, but I'm glad I didn't have the gun because I know, and mine was loaded.
Yeah.
And mine was way powerful. I didn't even know if theirs had bullets in it. Maybe because he killed somebody 2 months later. Right. It was one of his best friends. They were bloods. Yeah, wow. He was in the front seat. He shot him in the back, and he said it was an accident, but he killed the dude.
Well, so what's going through your mind when he pulls it on you?
When he pulled the gun out on me, I told him to kill me because where I'm from, people kill you all the time. But sometimes people have guns and not even tough.
Yeah.
So I wanted to see if he was tough or not. Because if he wasn't kill me, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
But he didn't kill me. So now, every time I complain, I say, man, I got purpose because he killed somebody.
Right.
That's what I tell myself. So, yeah, I could. And when I said that, I was like, all right, maybe I'll scare him. And my mom was like, maybe I'll scare him. And at the same time, I was like, he probably going to kill me.
Yeah.
But he didn't. They got out and ran. And I tried to snatch the keys out of the ignition.
Yeah.
Ignition. I did, but the dude took them back. And that's when I ran in my car to get my gun, but they had took off. And my friends, yeah, but it was crazy. And one time I was driving to work, and I was getting off the highway, and I was unbuckled. And I got pulled over by a sheriff in Davie County. That's where white people be at. And she pulled me over in the parking lot at Wendy's. And the night before that, I was listening to some Jay-Z song, and he talking about he had a safe in his car and stuff. So I had got a safe. It was my brother's safe. I got a safe, and I put like weed in it, and I sold a little heroin at one a little bit, and it was all in the safe with a scale, a few dirty scales, and my gun was at home. I left the gun at home. Yeah. But I had to say because I was selling after work and stuff. So the cop pulled me over, and my car, I pressed the window. She would come up to the car, and I pressed the window button to go down, and my window dropped all the way, and she smelled weed in the car. But I had cleaned it out the night before, so I was like, she tripping. She leaned in the car. She was like, I pulled you over because you weren't buckled, but now you buckled. You must have buckled up before. She's like, smart guy, but how much weed do you have in your car? Yeah. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, it's over for me. Yeah. But I was like, I don't have any weed. She was like, well, can I get out and search? I was like, sure. So I got out the car. I had my safe key in my hand the whole time. I had no weed in the front, no gun, nothing. In my bag, I had like $1,500. And rubber bands, and some hood rich shit. Right. She's like, "What are you doing all this money?" I was like, "Well, I sell sneakers." Yeah. She was like, "All right, cool." She didn't find nothing. It was in my trunk the whole time. But I was sitting on her car. I was about to put the key, my safe key, into my exhaust pipe. I mean, into my what is it? The muffler. Yeah. I was about to put it into the back, into the little pipe hole. Yeah. But she kept looking at me. She was like, "Could you sit still?" I was like, "All right." And she was like, "You don't have anything. You good?" And I was like, "So am I gonna get a ticket?" She was like, "Yeah, because you weren't buckled up." I was like, "I told you I had no weed," and I started sticking my tongue out there and stuff. Yeah. But it was in my trunk, bagged up as distribution, and I had heroin. in Davie County, heroin is like a drug that they want to find.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if you get caught with that, and if you get caught with that in North Carolina, it's over.
Yeah,
it's like a
felony
crazy
for
devil.
sure,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you going to jail for a while,
Yeah.
unless you snitch on somebody.
Right.
I couldn't do that, but at that point when that happened, I was like, yeah, I got to get out of this. This was like not probably months after I had got robbed. Yeah, so it was just close calls every time.
Well, so when did you know you wanted to move to LA and do comedy?
The first time I did comedy.
Well, okay.
I started comedy. It's about to be 4 years in December, but I started like 2014 of December.
Yeah.
It was crazy because my whole life, class clown.
Yeah, me too.
My friend Taylor Horton in 6th grade, yeah, I can tell. My friend told me in 6th grade, he was like, "You gonna be a comedian one day." I didn't know what that was. I wanted to play basketball. I had hoop dreams.
Yeah.
And I wanted to be an actor because I looked up to Will Smith and stuff.
Yeah.
That's kind of why I kind of dressed a little funky.
Yeah, you got that. That's a great vibe, man. Yeah,
I've been doing it my whole life, but once people like, yo, you got the Will Smith, I went deeper in it. I love Will Smith.
It's so funny because you said you've been doing that your whole life, but it's funny how certain people, without realizing it, you were basically grooming yourself to like, to appear here as if it's like this image you've been cultivating and working on. It's like, this is just who you are.
Yeah, that's who I am.
know?
That's why people say I've been doing this.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry, you were saying?
But yeah, my friend told me I was going to do comedy as a 6th grader.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. It was crazy because in 6th grade, we had a teacher named Miss Massey, and he said I made her quit. I think I made her retire before the year was out because I was just I wasn't, in elementary I was bad, but in middle school I was just a goofball.
Yeah, just wisecracks and stuff. Yeah, me too.
And he said it, and it was crazy. I got a job after high school working at McDonald's. Probably the best job ever because I got a lot of material just working at McDonald's.
Yeah, any job where you're just interacting with a bunch of people all the time, like you just see all walks of life, especially at McDonald's.
Yes.
Everybody goes there.
Yes, everyone.
Rich people, poor people, black, white, it doesn't matter. Like everyone's going.
That was the best job I don't ever had besides this warehouse. But this girl worked there. Her name was Martha. We liked each other, and one day she hit me up after work. And she was like, you want to go see D.L. Hughley? He's in town at the Laughing Gas in Winston. Yeah. And I was like, heck yeah. So she came and got me, and we called, and it sold out like that.
Yeah.
Both shows that sold out. I was like, all right, cool. She was like, well, you should give comedy a try. I was like, oh, you tripping. I'm not doing that. I'm good on Instagram and maybe real life, but not on the stage. So it was August. So I thought about it, and it took me to December. In December, my friends were out for school because I went to a community college before I dropped out. So all my friends come home. And I brought like 30 friends to my first show, and they gave me 5 minutes, but I did 2 minutes, and I thought I did like 10 minutes. It was
it just flew by.
I talked so fast.
Was it because you were nervous?
I was so nervous, and I was excited at the same time.
Right.
And that day forward, I was like, I'm doing this forever.
Yeah.
I ended up quitting McDonald's like probably a year later because I got a better job. I was trying to save to move to LA, kept blowing money. And I got into drug dealing. I ended up dropping out of school for comedy. And then before I moved out here, robbery, selling drugs, I was like, I'm moving to LA. Yeah. So it took me 3 years to get out here.
To actually get out.
It took me 3 years, yeah.
What were the jobs you had before you ended up dealing drugs?
I worked at McDonald's. My first job was Abercrombie and Fitch. It was crazy. And you had to they gave me no hours, and you had to have a clean face to work there.
Yeah.
So they haven't scheduled me for like a month. So I come back with a full beard. And they was like, could you shave your face? I was like, sure. So I went in the bathroom and called my mom, and I left. I was like, I'm not finna shave this. It took me a month, and y'all now want to schedule me? I'm only here for a day. I'm not going to be here for another month. I'm finna get braids on my face. That was my first job, Abercrombie and Fitch.
How many days did you actually work there?
Probably like 2 days.
2 days?
2 days. That was it. And they put me in the back folding clothes, man.
Fuck that.
Only black dude in the back. That's what's up.
Come on. You know?
All the honeys was up front. I was mad.
Well, at least you didn't have to be the guy who I hated. I mean, every time I walk by there and I just get hit in the face with all that cologne.
Oh, yeah,
like,
it made me nauseous. Yeah, it's stronger in the back.
Oh, I believe it.
It's crazy back there. I get off smelling good all the time. Well, for 2 days.
But just, man, do they make everybody, like, as soon as you walk in, they are on you.
Yeah.
Can I help you with anything? And they just follow you around.
Yep.
It's just like.
I had to do that. I think the day that I had come back before I've shaved, that's what I was going to be doing on the floor, but I was out of there. It was boring, man. You fall asleep in there. It was so boring.
Oh, I believe it.
And then you had to buy. When you get the job, you have to buy clothes there to work. They don't give them to you. You have to buy
You have to
them.
buy the clothes.
You get like a discount, but they still expensive.
Sure, but yeah, it's still okay. So you worked at Abercrombie for a minute.
Yeah, I worked there. Then I worked at McDonald's for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I got a job at Ashley Furniture. It's a distribution center. It's a warehouse.
Yeah.
In Vance, North Carolina. That was the best job I had besides McDonald's because everybody who worked there was like out of high school with me. We all graduated together. Or it was older guys who always cracked jokes on the young guys. So that was perfect for me, roasting everyone. And then I got put on. I was working graveyard shift. I was working from 4:30 to 3 in the morning.
Oof,
yeah, so comedy. I took a break from comedy. I took a big break from comedy, so I could sometimes do it on the weekend, but most of the time we got overtime.
Right.
So I was just goofing off there. So I was doing material there all the time.
Yeah.
I got put on first shift, and then first shift was crazy because I hang out late and I come late there. And then we had a point system, and then I come to LA last year in April for a week because I was on this showcase. And I go back to Ashley Furniture because I was on vacation.
Yeah.
So I go back and they let me work another week and then they fired me.
Really?
It was like, we told you about your points. Only reason we let you do that vacation because you have vacation points. And if you get fired, you don't get to use the vacation points.
Yeah.
So they pretty much like, we let you use your vacation, then we're going to fire you. I was like, well, at least I get a full check. At that point, I had a new car. I was like, all right, I'm driving to LA. I'm driving to LA. But I didn't. That was in
Why
April. I ended up driving in August because I was like, I still had drugs to sell.
Right.
And at the same time, I was like, shoot, I ain't never got fired from a job, so I'm going to ride this out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Have fun. So I ended up getting a temp job at this Hanes brand. We was boxing socks and stuff.
Oh,
it was
sure.
easy. I was there. It was so boring. The lady who worked there told me she was there for 40 years, and that scared me. Quit that job. Then, because I was waiting for the Johnson Controls job. That's the job I wanted.
Yeah.
Because I was like, just a few months there, I can move to LA in no time.
Right.
My first check there was like $1,000.
Wow.
And I was working from 7 at night to 7 in the morning.
Okay.
It was crazy. But then the comedy club had closed down.
Right.
3 months in, the club closed down. I was like, all right. So it was a Sunday. It was a Sunday night. I was working the machine. We had to wear respirator masks because you get cancer. They got lead and stuff.
Asbestos.
We made car batteries, yeah. And the machine kept breaking down because they put the new people on the worst machines so they can know how to fix them and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was dealing with negative and positive like plates to go in the car battery. And I was failing because the machine was breaking down, but it was a sign for me to get better. But I was like, okay, I can get better at this and be like every man here, or I can quit and go to LA.
Right.
So I was like, all right, forget this. I threw the mask down. I went to the locker room. I looked in the mirror. I was like, I'm about to do it.
Yeah.
And I took a shower because you got to take a shower and stuff. And then I walked outside with my book bag and stuff. I left everything in the locker room. And I looked at it was crazy. It was an older guy who scared me. When I first got the job, I looked at him and he looked at me. He looked just like me, but he was like 30 years older. And I was like, that's my future.
Yeah.
If I don't get out of there. So the day I quit, I walked outside. They was all on the patio smoke because a lot of guys was on break.
Yeah.
It was time for me to go to break, so they thought I was just going to the car.
Right.
So I looked at them. They was like, where you going? And I just walked out, man. I walked out. I sat in the car. I was like, man, it's going to be tough to tell my mom. So I went home. It was 4 in the morning this time. I wasn't supposed to get up to 7. So I went home. I left my kid at home, so I had knocked on the door, ringing the doorbell. My mom was asleep, so I was like, all right, she don't know. She not going to know. So I went to the Harris Teeter grocery store.
Oh, yeah.
And I slept in the parking lot. That was my first. I slept in the parking lot.
Some practice for later.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. When I first started doing comedy, I had like a 94 Camaro T-top. After the show, I used to go downtown and take the T-tops out and just look at the stars, think about LA, and I doze off. And one day I dozed off and I went home at 6 in the morning and my mom was like, where you been? I was like, I accidentally went to sleep in my car downtown. She's like, oh, you want to be homeless now? And then look at me. So I've been practicing this. And that was like when I was fresh into comedy.
Yeah.
Like the first few months, yeah. But I slept at the Harris Teeter the day before. Then I went home as if I just got off of work.
Yeah.
And I hopped in the bed and I woke up. I was like, I quit my job. She started crying. She's like, you want to quit everything? You quit school? Basketball gave her a lot of trouble with basketball because I wanted to go pro with ball.
Yeah.
She let me transfer schools and all, but it didn't work out, you know. Gym memberships, I wanted basketball more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, you quit everything. You put all your eggs in one basket. She was like, you want to do everything with comedy. You got to have a job. You got to pay for this car. She was like, why you quit the job? You don't like it? You want the job over anything? I did want the job, but I was like, the comedy club was closed. And I waited that was Sunday. I waited to Tuesday to tell her that I was moving to California.
Yeah.
She was like, how you going to get there? I was like, I'm going to drive. She was like, you ain't taking that car? I was like, all right. So I bought a Greyhound ticket, and then I left Saturday. And I haven't been home since. And now she's proud of me, but she missed me.
Right.
So my brother about to have a baby. So I'm gonna go home next week for a few days, but then I think I'm gonna go home like late August, maybe for like maybe 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And then I ain't gonna go home for a while.
Right.
Because I feel like that'll like get me back energized. It make me come back out here and attack. Because I've been lazy.
Yeah. You got to leave, and then you get the hunger back.
And just going home, a lot of material, just going back around, good cooking and family. I come back even better.
So you mentioned the girl you had to break up with to come out here.
Mm-hmm.
How's the love life been since you moved here?
Not, man. I don't really be caring, man. It's a lot of honeys, man. It's crazy because a lot of girls, they hit me up. They be trying to hang out and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, where was you at when my car was broke down?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though they didn't know who I was.
Right.
But now, man, this old women trying to get with me and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to be funny, man.
Right.
So I don't really care, man.
You're pretty focused on just comedy?
Yeah, I'm focused. Yeah, I'm focused.
Yeah,
I'm focused. Yeah, I got a friend, man, but I'm focused. I ain't got time, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, hey, man, the white girls be showing love, man. They love me, man. It was crazy because I like white girls, man. It was middle school, they loved me. I ran track.
Yeah.
Then I get to high school, they didn't want to talk to me because that's when they got all bougie and popular and stuff. I was popular, too. I was all right, cool. And now they hit me up. The same ones in high school hit me up like, oh, my God, you doing so well. And I was like, all right, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I remember. Yeah. You don't want to go to prom with me. I'm going to get a Ferrari and pull up soon, baby. I'll go to Panera Bread. Nah, but it's cool, man. It's cool, but I know a lot of girls. I know what they want. They see something and they like, all right, I want them now. And then, you know, a lot of friends haven't talked to me in forever. Then me, what's your number? I miss you. No, you don't. No. You lying.
But in some ways, even though their intentions are not exactly pure, they're like, oh, but it's got to be nice for you because that means you're doing something right.
Yeah.
You know, like if you look at it that way.
I hate people who be like, oh, man, I'm broke. I don't even know why they say gold digging. Gold digging. Like, why can't I just earn the pussy? But yeah, it's cool, man. A lot of people be hitting me. A lot of people. Dudes, transgenders.
Sure.
Man, I'm like, oh, shit, I made it. Transgenders trying to fuck? Shit, that's crazy. Yeah, man, it'd be crazy, man.
Did you have a high school sweetheart or anything like that?
Man, I had a middle school sweetheart. Her name was Katira Logan. Yeah, man. Yeah. She was like the Michelle Obama before Obama was even president. Because I ain't really know them yet. But middle school, I liked her, man. We ran track. And I had hoop dreams, so I was trying to be on some love and basketball stuff.
Yeah.
But she was better than me. I ain't telling nobody. But she always played. She was good. She was smart. She went to Yale.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, but then middle school, we broke up. In high school, never got back with her. She was too smart. She wasn't focused on her dude. Yeah. But now she got a boy. He looked like Ellen Iverson, her new boyfriend. I see her with the little tight cornrows.
Practice?
Yeah, we talking about practice. But yeah, that was middle school.
What was the breakup? What happened?
Well, it was in middle school. I played too much. I was type of dude. I text her, I'd be like, I don't want to be with you. Yeah. And she'd be like, okay. I'd be like, no, I'm just playing. And I did it so many times. The last time she was like, no, it's over. Yeah. And I was like, oh man, she for real. I was like, no more candy. What's the things when you give the candy to them on Valentine's in school?
Oh yeah, the little hearts.
Yeah, I was like, no more of those for you.
Those little, they're like Tums.
Yeah, no. In high school, you write a
yeah,
candy. Pay for them. Then
candy carnation or something. Or what the hell?
I forgot what they are. Yeah, you pay for them in school, and then they send them to them.
Right.
Yeah, I was like, no more of those for you. But it was all good, man. But yeah, she was cool. Then in high school, it was this one girl. We played basketball. She was real good. I really liked her a whole lot, but we just like, I guess we just like distanced it out.
Right.
But she was like tight. She was nice, man. She took my virginity too.
Oh. Yeah. How was that?
It was crazy, man. When I first lost my virginity, man, I didn't know what I was doing.
Oh no.
And the next day I was going to the gym. I was walking up the steps and she called me. She was like, guess what? I was like, what? She's like, I'm on my period. So my legs locked up, and I hung up the phone because I thought that meant a girl was pregnant.
Right? Yeah. You're like,
I didn't know. So I was in the gym shaking, and she was like, "Why you hang up?" I was like, "Cause I ain't trying to be a daddy." And she was like, "No, that's a good thing. You made it come early." I called her. I was like, "Girl, I love you. You know I'm playing." I didn't know though. I'm trying to make that material.
Right. Yeah.
But I was shaking. I was 19. I was like, "Oh snap!"
Yeah, I was 19 too. Yeah,
it was crazy.
Had you like planned on it? Like this is the night it's gonna go down? Or
I didn't even. I think so. I mean, I was one of the dudes who always talk dirty, but never got no pussy.
No,
I'd be just talking dirty. Like, what you gonna do to me when you come over? Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm gonna unbuckle your belt, and then I'm gonna pull your pants down. Then I'm gonna smell it. I used to say stupid shit like that. And I was a virgin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
That's funny. I didn't talk. Well, I definitely had like there was like a girl I would cyber sex.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, like this is like AOL Instant Messenger days. And it was a friend, and it was a girl who my friend was like actually having sex with regularly.
Oh.
And so I was like, I don't know how we fell into the cyber thing, but you know, she laid out all these scenarios. You know, like my dad's not going to be home on Saturday, and I can't wait for you to do this.
Yeah.
And you know, when we were done, like the next day, I'd just be like, "So were you serious about your dad not being there? Because I could come over."
Did you go?
And then she was just like, "Oh no."
I hate that. Yeah, girls. I hate girls. When I was young, they used to like tease you and stuff and say they're gonna do this, and then when you go over there, they be all on their phone. I'm finna go to your sister's house because she a freak.
I remember and most of the time it was all like I was just fucking awkward.
Yeah.
I would talk a game like there was a plan to have this threesome with these two girls.
Oh, snap.
I remember I showed up and it was all like the parents were gone. It was like, and then I just didn't know what to do. You know,
oh, yeah.
like I was just like,
yeah. You should have called me.
Yeah, I should have. Yeah, I was like, I don't like.
You could have recorded that porno.
So the saddest part of that is that I believe we ended up going and playing miniature golf.
Oh, word. Well, shit, at least you still putting it in the hole. That's all right. You still thinking about it.
And then I would just, you know, beat the shit out of myself on the drive home. I was like, you coulda, yeah.
Couldn't even smell your fingers, man.
No, exactly. Well, and that's funny because when I lost it, it was with a girl who I'd gone to high school with, who had clearly been into me.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I would always just be like, well, see you later. You know, like it would always.
Yeah, true.
And so I met up with her in I was on my way back. I finished my freshman year of college, and the fact that I hadn't gotten laid was starting to weigh on me a little bit.
Oh, word.
You know, because it was just like, all right, what's gonna happen? You know, like I don't know. And so I stayed with her for a night at her college, and in Ohio, and it ended up happening. But the funny thing, because I mean, at that point, I was well versed in porn. You know, I was like 19, and so I just, in my head, a vagina just tasted like cherries and candy and all this stuff.
Nah,
and
you
it tasted
fool.
like it smelled like flowers or
Yeah.
something. And it didn't, you know.
you
It
was
was like,
pissed.
yeah, exactly.
Sometimes
and so I, you know, I was like, oh god.
Yeah. She probably was stinking.
Yeah.
It can taste like fish.
Yeah.
Sometimes I come in with hot sauce. Like, bitch, I'm finna eat for real. Yeah.
And you know, it's nothing against her. I mean, she was just a person. It was just my expectations were so stupid.
Yeah, me too, man. That's
You
why
know?
I respect candy, because
Yeah.
candy ain't gonna let you down with the taste.
It's always going to be sweet.
Yeah.
Or sour.
Yeah.
Or both. And I'm sure a dick doesn't taste any better than a vagina. You know, it's just a body part.
That pussy be tart.
But I remember I had to like go into the bathroom and I was looking for like mouthwash or something, you know, because I was like, I wasn't done yet.
With Clorox.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clean it out.
And I think all I found was toothpaste. So I just like rubbed some of that around in my mouth. I was like, maybe she won't notice. I don't know. And actually, this is embarrassing. I've never actually. The worst part of the prolonged virginity for, I mean, it wasn't prolonged. 19's not, 40.
Yeah. I waited late. Well,
yeah.
not really.
Yeah, I mean, like whatever. But the first like 3 times that I had sex with somebody, I had to fake it because I felt like too much time had passed and I was in my head and I just pretended to have an orgasm.
Damn.
And I didn't.
Damn.
How sad is that? I was like, I've had sex with 3 women and I've never actually had sex.
Damn.
Oh, it was terrible. I was like, what's wrong with me? And then actually, I guess it's sort of cute or romantic that it was actually like the first girl I actually had real feelings for.
Oh, wow.
That the job was completed, you know.
Yeah,
but goddamn, that was a relief. I was like, oh, thank God. There's nothing like, you hear about girls faking it all the time, but dudes faking it. It's like,
dudes faking it.
That doesn't happen very often, I don't think.
Might not be your gender, now.
That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah. I got a friend. He said he tried it with a few girls and he couldn't get up, and then now he get up for dudes.
Yeah. Wow. Trust your body.
Yeah.
Maybe I've just been forcing the issue.
I think he got up during that conversation. I told him call his Uber, get out my face. and give me the numbers of the girls that you wasted their time with.
How long did you last, you think, that first time?
First time?
Yeah.
Probably as long as my first open mic set, 2 minutes.
Hey, 2 minutes isn't terrible.
No, it might have been longer.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't remember. I don't even remember. Shit, I think it was in the car. I think so. I was a
That's
rabbit.
tough.
Yeah. It was one time we was in the car and the police came.
Yeah.
Police come around. It was crazy because they pulled up beside her and I jumped in the back seat and we was outside the middle school and she rolled the window down. They was like, is anybody in the back seat? And I lift my head up. She was like, he was like, what are you guys doing? He was laughing. He was like, get out of here. And so it was so funny, man. I hopped up there hard as hell. I remember that.
So when you came out here, it sounds like you already had a lot of friends that were living out here, or no?
I had a friend when I first come out here. My friend from back home, he had moved out here a few months before me. He was already out here, and my Indian friend, Sarita, that's like my closest friend. He came out here like January, and one of my homeboys, Daniel, I grew up with him. He was out here. He came out here the same month. So I had just 2 friends out here at one point.
Okay.
Yeah. I just started meeting people.
Right.
Y'all only had 2 friends from back home. But when I come out here, I wasn't here for them. I just come for me.
Right. Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh, I had other friends, but then other parts of California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
yeah, I just come out here for me.
Because it sounds like so many people helped you out when you first
Yeah,
moved here, giving
a
you
lot
money
of
and doing
people,
this.
man.
A lot of those friends from back home.
Yeah, from out
from
here.
out here?
Yeah, out here. Helping. Well, back home, like the girl sent me money. She was in North Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, those people. Oh, back home they send me money and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
Man.
They helped me out. My old
Yeah,
girl, she sent me money.
Wow. Like those are the people that you're gonna remember.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
like
heck
the
yeah,
ones that
man.
really helped you.
Yeah, I got it, man. I'm type. Man, I want to be like. I want to have a lot of money just so people can see that I won't change.
Right.
I'm gonna still thrift. I'm gonna still get a nice car, but I'll make sure it drip oil. I just stay like humble.
Yeah.
Check engine light be on. AC don't work.
So how quickly after you got off the Greyhound did you go? Where'd you go first? Wait, what comedy club did you go?
I went to the
first?
High Comedy Club first.
Yeah?
Like I think I went the same
In Burbank,
day.
right?
Yeah. It's
Or
in North Hollywood.
Yeah.
Man, but that place, man, I like it, man. But the staff suck, man. Man,
they
I
do?
get here, I perform. Well, it was one of the hosts. I performed my first time I performed. Then boom, he come up to me and was like, "Yo, I want to put you on the show." I was like, "All right." I was fresh out. I was like, "All right, when?" It's like next Monday. So I come next Monday and they was closed.
What?
It was Memorial Day, Labor Day. I was like,
shit.
all right, that's how they gonna do me.
Wow.
And now the dude who did it to me, I see him at Mike's now, and he doesn't even remember me, but I'm like so much higher than him. But when
Yeah.
I got here, I was like, yo, dude, funny. But then it was like, all right, because I needed that.
Right.
He was like, you can't listen to everybody. He probably did it on purpose.
Right.
Maybe he didn't know.
Yeah, it's possible.
And then I
but-
come up there the next day. I was like, yo, I'm supposed to be on the show. They were like, ain't no show. And then I go there, and sometimes they cancel the mic. So then I started going to the Laugh Factory.
Yeah.
And that's when it started to happen for me.
Do you know Matt Rife?
I never met him, but I come
Okay.
here a year ago in April, and he looked like Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
year ago, and he was on the showcase. I seen him perform.
Yeah.
Little pretty white boy. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
I've
a
seen
good
him.
dude. He was actually when he like first moved out here, he was on my show, Average Joe.
Oh, word.
He had like a 4-episode arc. He was the kid of the mom that I was dating on the
Oh,
show.
tight. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was like my nemesis. And
Yeah, I hear a lot about him. He do a
Yeah.
lot of comedy in Atlanta. He been wild now and stuff.
Mhm. Yeah. He's a good dude. What's the plan moving forward? Like, what do you-
Moving forward, man, I'm trying to get I'm going to get I want to be so funny that people come up to me and just make out with me after the show. But moving forward, trying to get booked, trying to go on my own tour within a year.
Yeah.
That's my dream, man.
Yeah.
But not just that, I want a Netflix special. And I want my first one to be at the Comedy Store.
Yeah.
In the main room. Because Gerard Carmichael, that's one of the dudes, he was the reason I'm out here.
Yeah.
He had a billboard back home, downtown, off the highway. And it was the Carmichael Show. When I was selling drugs or getting off those jobs, I see it. And it just reminded me I had to get out.
Yeah.
And he motivated me. And he did his first special at the Comedy Store.
Mhm.
And I was like, that's tight. He got love. It's called Love at the Store because they showed him love. And the Comedy Store shows me a lot of love. You know, Tony Hinchcliffe, Brian Redband. I do a lot of shows there. I do a minute every Monday on Kill Tony.
Right.
So I want to do the main room. I'm giving myself 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
I gotta. I know I can do it because
Yeah.
I come out here. I got agents in like 6 months. So I was like, if I can do that, I can do anything. It just I gotta discipline myself
Right.
and start selling merchandise
Mm-hmm.
and just putting out more content for
Right.
like, I don't call them fans, I call them supporters and
I think that's a good way of putting it.
family I ain't never met.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I always feel uncomfortable and it's they're like, how many followers do you have? I'm like, I'm not a
dude, and I don't even. It was
disciple,
crazy.
you
At
know?
one point, I was going to delete my Instagram. I never cared about followers at all. It's comics out here who do.
Yeah.
I got those from just grinding.
Right.
It just happened. I was like, all right, so now, because I was already doing the goofy stuff on social media, but now it's like, dang, I got people who want to see me like. People hit me up like, yo, you post some funny stuff, please?
Yeah.
Or just a quote. Do I really like your content? I was like, that's the only reason I still got it.
Right.
And my followers are going up, so that's the only reason. But followers, people coming to me like, oh, you got all those followers. How you feel? Dude, I don't even care.
Yeah. Followers don't pay rent.
Yeah, they
you know?
don't pay rent. They don't get you booked. None of that. I mean, they might get some people booked. Because I know people with a lot of followers and they perform, and they don't even have it.
No.
I know a dude with 900 followers and he has a blue check on his Instagram and he's doing better than people with a million followers or nothing. So it doesn't matter.
No.
It doesn't matter. Followers ain't none.
Are you trying to get into acting and all that?
Oh
stuff
yeah, I
too?
do a lot. I'm doing a lot of auditions with CAA.
Right.
Even though I'm not getting any of the callbacks, it's just preparing me for the future. Yeah.
Did you do any theater in high school or any of that shit?
I took theater of arts in high school because I was like, shoot, if I'm a class clown, let me take this.
Yeah.
And I got put out of that class too. We have to do Shakespeare, and I'll be doing it in the ghetto voice.
What did that sound like?
What's the Shakespeare line?
Oh God.
It'd be like, just say like, hello, dear, come here. I'd be like, hello, shouter, come down the street. I just twist it up.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
oh, Malcolm, go stand in the hall. You know, theater arts teachers always got to act when you get it. They act doing everything.
Pronunciate.
Yeah.
Everything.
I'm going to call the roll. Yeah, it was crazy. But it was fun. It was some class clowns in there. That was tight. It was funny because my theater art teacher loved me, but he hated me.
Yeah.
He knew that I had something, but he was like, yo, not here.
Right.
I never took it serious. And then when it was time to like have a play, I'd be on stage like, oh, snap. But I'd just be me the whole play.
Oh, yeah, dude. I did the same thing. I was in a play, and I found the VHS. I played it was teed up for me to just like ham it up and be a complete.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, I stole every scene I was in. I was playing like a aerobics instructor.
Oh,
and
man.
so I made him
that's
gay.
funny. That's funny.
And so like.
You got to do it at that point.
I watched the VHS a couple years ago, and I was like, this is so unprofessional. I mean, I was a kid, so it doesn't matter. But I was like, the plot is happening, and I'm in the background just like, ah!
Yeah.
And everyone's laughing at me. They're missing the whole point of the show, you know? And that's why I was like, maybe I should just do my own show.
Yeah. Yeah, school was fun, man.
Yeah, it was. I wouldn't want to go back, but I do miss the lifestyle a little bit.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I want to go back to senior year. That was fun.
Yeah, I had a good time seeing.
I got the principals laughing at my Instagram videos. That's tight.
Oh, that's cool. You perform regularly all around the improv, all the LA places. I saw it wasn't a billboard, but it was like the sign
is
of
it
the improv, right?
the
Laugh Factory?
What's it called? The Laugh
Marquee.
Factory. Yeah, the Marquee. Yeah, the Laugh Factory. Yeah, they put me on the Marquee, man. It was crazy.
How'd that feel?
It felt cool, man. People was like, oh, man, he made it. I wish they would have put #still homeless up there. Yeah, but that was nice, man, because I didn't even know my friend seen it.
Oh, okay.
And he sent it to me. My friend Abbott, he's a good comic. But I was like, wow, yeah, that made me even more humble. I was like, yo, it's happening. Because I used to camp outside. When I first got to LA, I had cool jobs. I quit so many jobs since I got here. But I was quitting. I'd never go to work on Tuesdays when I first got here because I would camp out at the Laugh Factory because you had to sit in line in order to get a spot, the first 10 people. So I go there at 1 and sit to like 6.
Wow.
So I did that for months, for like a month and a half, so I can get a 2-minute spot.
Yeah. Did you get them?
Yeah, I got them.
Yeah.
I ended up getting a house, but I got a showcase. And boom, months later, I got the Marquee.
Wow.
Yeah, so it paid off.
Yeah.
Even though I haven't done nothing yet, but it's trusting the process.
Trust. Yeah, that's trusting the process. Because you've been out here what, like 6 months?
Yeah.
Almost.
No, it's a year next month.
It's a year next month. Yeah.
Yeah.
Less than a year, and you're already like headline. I mean, that's awesome. So anyway, you perform around LA regularly, but what else you got going on? What's upcoming for you?
Upcoming, I'm going back home. I'm being Raleigh the 20th through the 22nd with Theo Vine. I'm opening up for him 5 shows. That's gonna be tight.
Yeah.
And then the 23rd, I'm going to Las Vegas. The 23rd through the 29th, I'm gonna be at the Tropicana Laugh Factory in Las Vegas with Eric Griffin.
Wow.
And Jay Davis.
Okay. Eric Griffin from Workaholics and I'm Dying Up Here, right?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Wow.
And my boy Jay Davis. He's a funny comic. He's real good. He's the booker at the Laugh Factory too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Right on.
I can't believe I got close with this guy. He's so good, and he's put me on a lot of shows at the Laugh Factory, a lot of them.
Okay. So what were the dates again for Vegas?
The 23rd through the 29th,
Okay.
Las Vegas, Laugh Factory, Tropicana, Eric Griffin, Jay Davis. 14 shows.
14 shows.
Yeah, 20 minutes a show.
Dude, that's fucking rad. That's awesome. Real quick, what are some of the, and I know you've talked about this on Kill Tony, but what are a few of your favorite jobs that you quit while you lived out here?
My favorite jobs, I worked at Buffalo Wild Wings. That job was cool, but man, when I first got it, I was standing in the hostel. I walked in, got some chicken. I was like, hey, y'all hiring? They was like, yeah, we just opened up. Come tomorrow for an interview. I got the job. And then next you know, I come in with 17 hours. I was like, all right, it's new. Then she was like, all right, I'm gonna give you 40 because a lot of people quit already. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
And then the black manager come in. She's like, I don't know this fool. You going back to 17 hours. That was 2 weeks combined. So I was like, all right, cool. So I ate a few pieces of chicken. I quit. That was a cool job. You know, black people love chicken, man.
Yeah.
Just being around it. You know, and then I worked at Del Taco.
Okay.
Got the job on the spot. She hired me. I went in, ordered, and she hired me.
You didn't even ask for a job. They just grabbed you. You're like,
on the spot, because I told her I worked at, that's when I was in Burbank, staying in an apartment. I was working at McDonald's, so I can work fast food. It was perfect. And she hired me, but she wanted me to work every hour, mornings, nights, graveyard.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to do comedy.
Yeah.
So then I ended up working temp agencies through People Ready, and they give you all types of jobs like cleaning homes. I worked at one of Jay-Z's houses.
Oh, really?
It was it might be in Beverly Hills. It's somewhere in the hills. We were digging holes in his yard and playing like seeds and stuff. And then after the job ended, they said that was Jay-Z's and Beyonce's new house. And I seen him post a picture at that same house.
Whoa.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah. And I had the address in my phone, but I deleted it because they kept sending me more jobs.
Right.
And I wasn't trying. And because I was going to get my mail sent to his house, see if he paid my bills. But I forgot the address. And People's Ready, they took me off the list because I called out so much. Whenever I call and I give my name, they hang up.
Right. There's too many people I know out here who came out here to pursue something like, you know, what we're doing, and then they get a job, and then it's like they forgot why they came out here.
Yeah, see, I can't do that.
Do it.
Yeah,
No, I can't either. I'm teaching kids how to make movies at a summer camp this summer, which has been pretty cool. They're like teenagers, and but this is the most regular job I've had in like 10 years. I'm working like 40 hours a week. But yeah, it's always a hustle, a side grind, you know, like something to just pay the bills, but I need to have time to make the stuff, you know, like
That's
to
crazy.
do it. So anyway, well, yeah, man, I mean, you've definitely already put in the, it's kind of interesting. I don't know. You've basically already written the struggle. That's what you're like. I think you're kind of coming out of that now, hopefully, you know.
Creeping out of it.
Yeah, it's got to feel good.
Yeah,
you
feel
know?
good.
All the shit you've been through, you're still standing, and I mean, now it's just, you know, the future's going to be bright, right?
That's just consistency.
Yeah, and just doing the work.
Staying on it, yeah.
Well, I appreciate you coming on and talking to me, man.
Oh, heck yeah. Thanks for the Coca-Cola.
Classic. Thanks, man. That was the episode. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I certainly did. It was just a really fun and a great conversation with somebody who I hope to work with in the future. And as he said, Malcolm was in Raleigh, North Carolina from the 20th to the 22nd, opening for Theo Von. All those shows sold out. But you can currently see him in Las Vegas at the Tropicana Laugh Factory with Eric Griffin from Workaholics and the Showtime series I'm Dying Up Here, along with the comedian Jay Davis. That's the 23rd through the 29th of this month. So again, that's the Tropicana Laugh Factory. Check it out. You can also follow Malcolm and his great Instagram stories and content at Malcolm H12. It's MALCOLM H12. That's the show. Remember, you can go to badtimesgoodstoriespod.com to listen to past episodes, check out the merch, and support me on Patreon. And again, you can email me at badtimesgoodstoriespodcast@gmail.com and share any embarrassing stories you may have, and I may just read them on the air. I hope you have a great week, and until next Wednesday, keep laughing.